The final 5 minutes of Knicks versus Rockets? Absolute chaos. The Knicks were down 18 at one point, dead in the water, and somehow they clawed all the way back to steal this one late. Let's break down exactly how they did it. With New York down 6, they do something smart right away. They make Jalen Brunson the inbounder. Why? Because that lets him come off a screen instead of bringing the ball up against pressure. Amen Thompson is initially matched up with Brunson, and the goal is simple: force a switch. They want someone else guarding him, ideally Jabari Smith. The screen hits. The switch happens. And now Brunson gets the matchup he wants. They flatten the floor and let him go to work. No extra help. No distractions. Just space. Brunson hits him with a nasty combo, shifts gears, pulls back, and drops it in. 4-point game just like that. Houston comes down and tries something similar. They want Kevin Durant operating in isolation, but OG Anunoby is on him, arguably the Knicks' best defender. So they bring a screen to force a switch and let Durant get to his mid-range spot. But this time the Knicks hold their ground. The turnaround jumper doesn't fall. The Knicks push the other way, miss in transition, and Houston resets. They try to get Durant the ball again, but you can see the frustration building. He wants it in a specific spot. Instead, Amen Thompson uses Durant as the screener instead of delivering the entry pass. That small decision changes everything. Thompson attacks downhill, but Brunson slides over at the perfect moment. Offensive foul. Huge momentum swing. Now down 4. New York goes back to the pick and roll. This action pulls Thompson away from the paint and forces more defensive decisions. Meanwhile, there's off-ball movement happening. Shooters spaced along the perimeter, OG in the weak side corner, and Karl-Anthony Towns setting up inside. The spacing is perfect. Towns ends up with a smaller defender on him. That's food. He lowers the shoulder, powers through, and finishes strong. 2-point game. Houston answers. With the shot clock winding down, they create something out of nothing. A tough fadeaway that stretches the lead back to 4. Clutch shot. But here's where things get interesting. Coming back down, the Knicks run similar action again. They want Brunson to draw the switch. This time Houston gets physical trying to deny the entry. They even sub in extra size to deal with Towns. So New York adjusts on the fly. Instead of forcing it to Towns, they use the inbound screen immediately. Brunson gets the matchup he wants again. Jabari Smith ends up isolated on him. Brunson explodes to the rim, uses his body to create separation, absorbs contact, and finishes. Big-time bucket. Now it's a duel. Durant gets it in the middle of the floor, faces up, jabs, rises over solid defense, and knocks it down. That's what elite scorers do. Back to a 4-point lead. Under 2 minutes left. Every possession matters. The Knicks try to run the switch again, but this time there's confusion on Houston's side. Miscommunication between defenders leaves space where there shouldn't be any. Brunson attacks immediately. Houston recovers just enough to force a miss, but that doesn't shake New York. Durant attacks again on the next trip. Gets into the paint. But when you're not aware of your surroundings, guards like Jose Alvarado make you pay. He sneaks in, strips the ball clean, and takes it coast to coast for the finish. That cuts it to 2. Now it's tight. Houston clears out a side for Alperen Sengun to work from the perimeter against Towns. They want space, so help defense can't crowd him. Sengun spins baseline, but the angle disappears. The only outlet looks like the corner. And once again, Alvarado lurking. He jumps the passing lane, pushes it ahead to Brunson. With everything even, Houston gives it back to Durant to initiate. There's been a lot of talk about clutch narratives around him. This is the moment to quiet that. He attacks off the screen, but loses the handle out of bounds. Another costly turnover. The Knicks try to take the lead, but Houston locks up defensively and forces a tough attempt. On the other end, Durant has a chance to dump it off for an easy look at the rim. Instead, he forces the issue. Offensive foul. That's 2 in crunch time. Under a minute left. Tie game. Ball in Brunson's hands. The Knicks try to get the switch again. Houston fights through it. So New York adjusts and runs another screen. Finally, Brunson gets the matchup he's been hunting all night. How many times have we seen this? He rises up. Calm. Balanced. Pull-up jumper. Money. Knicks take the lead. Now it's on the defense. Durant gets one more chance. OG stays attached, contests well, and the shot hits back iron. Houston gets one more look from deep, but it doesn't fall. Free throws seal it. Final score, Knicks 108, Rockets 106. What started as an 18-point hole turned into a fourth-quarter masterclass in matchups, adjustments, and composure. Brunson controlled the tempo. The Knicks trusted their spacing. And defensively, they made just enough plays at the right time. That's what clutch basketball really is. It's not just about who can score. It's about who can execute when every possession is magnified. If you're a Knicks fan, this is the kind of win that builds belief. If you're Houston, it's the kind that stings, because you had control. But that's the NBA. 5 minutes is all it takes to flip everything. Let me know what you think. Was this more about Brunson being elite in the clutch, or Houston collapsing under pressure? Drop it in the comments. And if you enjoy these breakdowns, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we're breaking down moments like this all season. I'll see you in the next one.